like if we're just hanging out, we're playing basketball, we're doing whatever, and I'm throwing the N-word around. You have the right to punch me in the face because of what your history for black Americans, their history, that word comes from a shitty fucking place. So I'm not, as a white guy, I'm not the guy who's going to be throwing it around, just because I heard it in a rap song or whatever. But if it does organically just come out, I feel then, especially the way it comes out, and it's about intent. If it's in an entertaining way, nobody should say anything. If you're another comic, you should not get banned from a place just because, you said it on the stage. And it's a selective ban, too, because, I've seen other white comics say that word on stage there in a shitty way. It's like I could tell, if it's a shitty way or it's not. And, they don't get banned. So it's just a selective way. I rub somebody the wrong way. So they're using that as an excuse to ban me, which is fine. Like I said, there's consequences, and that's one I have to deal with.
It makes me feel really good that you've been banned, and I haven't necessarily been banned. I've just been told to sit down, and you're as nice as you are, so something... the bio on like my Instagram and my Facebook is comedian, period, writer, period, asshole. Like I completely embrace the fact that I'm not for everybody. But, I'm not gonna lie. I'm taking a little bit of joy out of your pain, knowing that somebody as nice and approachable as you are. It's getting shit.
Oh, no, thanks. No, I could
feel a little bit better about myself.
I could be an asshole for sure. But it's like I said, it's about, because I do say what's on my mind, but I do try to also be a genuinely nice guy. It's just who I am. But I'm not for everybody either, But what are you going to do? I'm disappointed that, some comics, and especially a good comic, an experienced comic, would tell somebody what they cannot say. And then, Bacon, the network, they come jumping, what... It's like it's just control freaks, It's like this control thing where, like I said, it's not even like you fucking care. It's you just want to be able to... It's like somebody posts something, I would never jump on a post and say, you can't say that, or why'd you say that? It's like... First of all, why would you? Why you even comment?
With that, I look at it the way
just pass it by. If you don't like it, just fucking pass it by.
The thing with that is, I look at that the way that I look at a lot of anger with people is, you're not mad about this.
That's what I'm saying.
There's something going on in you don't have control over your own fucking life, so you feel like you need to have control over others.
Exactly.
Mind your business and fucking get control over your shit and let me do what I want to do. I don't know about you guys, but it's 6 o'clock.
No,
I kind of
brother.
want to walk around the city and explore, get some food.
Yeah, I gotta get ready for my shift. Thank you guys for coming on the show.
I just want to end with saying one more thing. I think that's the main difference between your generation, both of you guys, and our generation, because we were raised with social media pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And social media is just this constant. I gotta be perfect. I gotta say the right things. I gotta look the right way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you guys, especially. For me, growing up as a comic that was born in the social media era, pretty much in high school, Facebook popped off.
Yep.
That's what made it a little hard for me to kind of break into comedy. I'm because you just can't offend people, or if you do, I don't know. There's just, I feel like image, personal image and ego is very much so thrown into our generation.
Absolutely.
And makes us all individual, and not really come together, but more so try to highlight, this is how good I am. I'm so good that I'm going to see a comment that I'm not really even mad at and make him look shitty so I look even better.
It comes from a shitty place.
That kind of goes back to what I brought it up and I never really finished my thought in it, is that, you had your great, what I like to call the first big comedy boom of the late 70s and the 80s, and then, you listen to guys like Maron and Louis and all them talk about how shit, in the early to mid 90s just fucking bottomed out. Fucking no one was getting hired, no one was getting booked, this and that. Right now, we're in the second great boom, the second great wave of comedy, because we have the Facebook, we have the YouTube, we have all this shit to where it's so easy to get your shit out there, but at the same time, you're putting shit out there and anyone can see it, but that means anyone can see it. And when they hear something that they don't like, boom, it's not just them hearing it, it's fucking everyone hearing it. And then statistically, there's going to be a percentage of people who agree with this motherfucker, and there's going to be just as many who don't. But the people who don't aren't as loud as the people who are fucking pissed off, you know what I mean? And that's that's the thing about this. I mean, it's great that like we have things like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all this because it's giving, folks who are hilarious, and I mean, like a means of being found and discovered and this and that and the other thing that may not have had that, that resource beforehand or didn't have that resource beforehand, but at the same time, it's giving all these people who aren't necessarily comic fans, who aren't stand-up fans, people who are just casually watching this shit and getting offended upon sight or hear because of, but I mean, that's a whole other fucking podcast.
Yeah. No, thank you guys for coming on the podcast. Mike, you got anything you want to plug? You want to plug your Twitter, Facebook?
Yeah, Instagram. At Everybody Loves Mike. The S is a Z, just because the S was taken.
And, I've been lucky nobody has my fucking name.
And Mike is also performing here at Cobbs Sunday.
Yeah. At the Funny Drop.
The Funny Drop, the 31st. So guys, come out and support these showcases. First of all, Cobbs is awesome, and these comedians are awesome. You got anything else?
Good performance tonight, right?
Yeah, you mind if I plug some shit?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you guys aren't gonna hear this until later, but fucking tonight I'm doing the showcase, the Future of Funny with what's it called?
The Future of
Comedy.
Yeah.
Future of Comedy showcase here,
Future
and
Funny.
I don't even know the name of the fucking show that I'm on. Booked
Yeah,
it.
the Future of Comedy.
I walked into this place and started tearing up. That's how fucking happy I was to be performing here, and I can't even remember the name of the fucking show. Future of Comedy showcase with Justin Rivera, Zach Pierce, a bunch of other like really funny comics. If you guys ever have a chance to come check out Cobbs, do it. I'm going to be in Santa Cruz at the Blue Lagoon on August 18th. And I'm going to have some things going on in between there to keep up with it. I'm Rich Casper, like the ghost, on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, RichCasper88. I'm also on like the Facebook, the YouTube. Look that shit up, and hopefully one of these days I'll be coming somewhere where you guys are hanging out.
All right, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Oh, one more thing. You, Mr. Mike Evans Jr., hosts a show on Mutiny Radio on Sunday nights, Old Soul Collectives. Check it out. He was nice enough to let me on his show. I can't wait to go back on his show.
Shit.
And that's it.
Podcast?
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, check out my podcast. It's called Sad Clowns with Richard Casper. We're just about to start releasing episodes. Our very first being with Mark Normand, a very funny comedian out of New York. And we're doing a YouTube series with real YouTube drivers who have some fucked up stories to tell you. So, yeah, check that shit out, too.
Yeah, and keep a lookout. I'm going to have some serious guests coming up soon. Dan Soda said yes to doing the podcast.
Dan's great. I love Dan.
He's the best. And if you haven't heard his impressions and his appearances on Opie and Anthony and his fucking stand-up, Dan Soda.
Check out his new hour. It's fucking amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm hoping to have Esther Koo on and the Korean Zombie also. So we got some good guests coming up soon. I will be on iTunes as soon as possible. But for now, check the shit out on Facebook. And if you guys see Hannah, let me know. She's still missing. Skin like butterscotch, alright?
Peace, nigga. That was me. That was my...
Thanks, guys.
Whoa, you go down. The nose of a lichen, who knows when he smells it. 5 a.m. and I'm just sitting velvet, lining in my casket, the tale that tells it. Zombie killer, wicked, down to the pelvis. Reanimated round the death of Elvis. Examinated and found out that I'm selfish. Shelve this, you won't even see these Helens. Stuck on earth amongst the tweaks and felons. A hunger for your flesh, not leaving a love bite. Thirsty for familiars, you're my favorite blood type. Nectar of a punk, my puncture is always right. Got these chumps in the chokehold, they thinking they tight. Lusting for your tears, the secret ingredient. I get so into it, your fear is making me deviant. I sedate the haters, do real like Ralph Nader. Hide my face from the fakes, the Bay Area's Darth Vader.
You can't hide when the Reaper got your soul on his mind. It's too late to pray, it's too late to cry, 'cause your casket got your name on the side. Boy, you go
when that Reaper comes up out that casket asking whose sins need to be cashed in for blasting. All names, you lames are prepared for the darkness. All spits is venomous and consider the hardest. Targets will all be seek and destroy. You feeding the noise, but the meek is too weak to enjoy the fruits of the earth. So you're hellbound, believe that the dirt is an extension of his long reach and he feeds off the hurt. Your heart skips and gets quick bursts and flutters. Hair on your neck standing up with each of his whispers and mutters. You're under the gun and prayers won't save you. His gaze will ensure there's no place but the grave to enslave you. May you rest now that your debts are paid. When beds are made, eventually they need be laid. We've seen the same, turn crazy and burn in flames. You yearn for games, you caught now when there's no escape.
You can't run, you can't hide. When the Reaper got your soul on his mind, it's too late to pray, it's too late to cry, 'cause your casket got your name on the side. Boy, you gon' die.
It is that evil cerebral, keeping you feebles equal. I'm burning down steeples, these people got me seeing fecal. It all comes out when the sequel of defeat beneath you retreats you, and you feel like a mirror and a prequel to the Reaper that skates you. Jigsaw puzzles and more than happy to meet you. You don't wanna see me at your front door in a black robe. You don't wanna see me with those unpaid dudes, that's a fact.
You ain't seen it all yet, plain and simple. 8-ball in hand and a tattooed temple. Walk in the room and your pain causes dimples. It makes me happy when these bitch mates get crippled. Wanna be pimpin', you ain't got the gotta go. Everybody killer but you're stupid and slow. You should've chased cupids, not dragons and blow. But your maggot ass toe got tagged by the Reaper with drone. You look like R2-D2, you Urkelly drone. In a zone with a syndrome in your circle of clones. And I'm setting up the sonar so you're never alone. I got symptoms, these Sims come with symphony, they sleepers. Toking on that late night, choking on that creeper. Old school much like a Motorola beeper. It's never too late to pray for a bloodsucker. Metropolitan, your area motherfucker.
You can't run,